Hello and welcome to my video. I am going to attempt to clean out my computer and organize it and free up some space. So I wanted to take you along with me and show you what the inside of my computer looks like, which is probably the most intimate thing I can show anyone. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know what we're going to see, what we're going to figure out. That's what we're going to do. So I'm sitting here on my webcam on my iMac computer that I got a couple of years ago, probably in 2015. I bought myself this iMac. I really love it. I use it for everything. I also have a MacBook that I've had since 2011 that I got when I graduated from college that I will not let go of. It has broken down so many times and I just keep repairing it instead of buying a new one because I don't trust new MacBooks. I feel like they've been made worse and worse over time because Apple wants you to keep buying their products and they keep kind of making things less accessible. Like I know that they changed the USB ports to USB-C, and just things that involve a lot of adapters. Like I got a new iPhone like a week or two ago because my other iPhone broke, and I had the iPhone 6 for 3 years, and then I switched to an iPhone 8, which is practically identical to an iPhone 6, but now I have to use this stupid adapter when I want to listen to music because there's no headphone jack. Like, why? What's the point? So I'm going to zoom you out, and we are on my desktop. This is my desktop. It's actually pretty not cluttered. Usually there's a lot of icons on the desktop, and I'm going to go tackle the desktop in a little bit. But right now I'm working with Dropbox because Dropbox I use Dropbox on my desktop or on my on my computer to save files and have them on my MacBook as well, and just like when I travel, and just also as a backup. So I put like my most important files on Dropbox. But the problem is that anything on Dropbox gets saved to my desktop because I have the Dropbox app and I want to keep using it. But I don't need all of this stuff here, but I want to keep it on the Dropbox website, if that makes sense. So I want to use it as cloud storage. And I don't really know if that's possible because I'm pretty sure if I delete something here, like one of these folders, it will delete it from Dropbox, which kind of freaks me out. So I need to figure that out. Anyway, I'll give you the deets on my computer. Okay, OS X Yosemite. I don't know what any of this nonsense means. And we want to look at storage because that's what we're dealing with here. So I have a terabyte on this computer, and because I edit so much video, I use it all up really quickly. Final Cut, saves all of, kind of like creates duplicates of everything, and I also haven't figured out how to get that to stop or if I want it to, but I think that's what the other here is. So I have 469 gigs of space that are being used up as other, and I believe that other is my Final Cut files and that sort of stuff, and I'll kind of talk about that a little bit more. And then I have 293 gigs of movies, 74 gigs of photos, 39 gigs of apps, audio, and I really have no audio, and backups, and I have no idea what backups means, but it doesn't seem very important. I have 116.9 gigs of space free, which isn't a lot to work with. I would like to have like 500 gigs to work with so that I don't have to think about this again for a while. And then you can see that I have my handy dandy 4 terabyte hard drive plugged in, and I'm going to be using that for backup too. But I don't trust hard drives, obviously, because hard drives can break and fail. So I would like to move as many things to Dropbox as I can, but we need to figure out a workaround. So So yeah, here's my Dropbox. I'm gonna just move out anything that isn't necessary in the Dropbox off the bat and just move that stuff onto my hard drive, and then maybe once I figure out my Dropbox situation or try like not syncing it with my computer, I'll just move everything into the Dropbox online. But I'm also worried about the implications for my MacBook, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just see what folders we have that aren't immediately necessary, and I have this folder called Emotional Landscapes, which is stuff from a pitch that I made, as well as this folder, which is from the same pitch. So those two folders can merge and go into my, I feel like maybe it's in my documents folder where I have my pitches. So it's basically like, here we go, pitches. So it's basically anytime I try and convince someone that I am worthy of them throwing money at me. And I will tell you that anytime someone asks me to pitch them something, almost certainly I will not get the job. So this is my folder of me being bitter and bummed out that no one wants to give me $15,000. Okay, so we've got something. Delete Melissa materials from your account and all devices. To remove it from just this computer. Okay, so it seems like I can do something called selective sync. I don't know what selective sync is. I'm going to click on that. But you know what? I don't really need these materials anywhere else, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it everywhere, just for this one specifically. So we're going to read about selective sync together now. Hopefully this is informative for someone. Okay, so non-synced items are only available on Dropbox.com. Smart Sync is a newer, more advanced version of this feature. With Smart Sync, you can set files and folders as online only. Online only files use practically no space on your hard drive, and you can still see them on the Dropbox folder on your computer. Very interesting. So we're gonna figure out the Smart Sync thing. I hope this isn't something I have to pay for. Okay, so I have the Plus plan, which is a terabyte of storage. I do pay $9.99 a month for it because I need it. I am literally like, I have like 6 hard drives and 2 computers, and I still don't have enough storage. Like, I'm constantly scrambling for storage, and it's probably because I'm a file hoarder and I love to just like vomit up more shit to keep on all my devices, but that's great. So hopefully, can I not use this? Let's figure out what selective sync is first, and instead of using Smart Sync, and how to turn on selective sync. Click the Dropbox icon from the system tray or menu bar. This. Click the gear icon. Okay. Select Preferences. Click Sync. Selective Sync. Choose folders to sync. So I don't want to sync this to my computer, this to my computer. I actually don't want to sync any of these to my computer, I think. I'm worried. You know, if it's like a project that's been done for a long time, I feel like I don't need to. I might keep some of this stuff up because it's useful, but What is this? Okay, so actually, it looks like I don't need... I'm going to go ahead and only sync thing. I'm only going to sync one folder, and I'm going to see what happens. So it looks like it's updating. Okay, so it looks like it says folders you uncheck will be removed from your hard drive, but will still be available on Dropbox.com and on any other computers linked to your Dropbox account. So that's good. But the thing is, I want to take those folders and put them on my external physical hard drive just as double backups, even though I trust that Dropbox.com probably isn't going to like go under or do anything. But there's a lot to think about here. Okay, so while that's updating, I'm going to quickly move some of this stuff away. So let's go with Virtual Spa. That is a collaboration that never really... Oh, looks like we have a Virtual Spa folder here. Let's see if it's the same stuff. And just throw it in there and see if it's the same. Well, it looks like it's different. Cool. So I think these little symbols mean that it is being deleted. I'm sure my Dropbox is freaking out right now. And then I'm just going to click out of this because it doesn't look like I need it anymore. And it says that it's applying my selective sync things. So I probably should have done that. I'm regretting having done the selective sync first, but it's fine. I'm going to delete that. These X's are freaking me out a little bit, but I'm just going to let it go because it's saved onto my Dropbox, and I think I'll just download the folders that I need later. So we're gonna go away from the Dropbox and we're gonna look at something else. How about that? So here I am on my desktop. Let's see if any of this has made a difference on my... I'm like really obsessed with looking at the amount of space on my computer. I'm also taking up space by filming this video right now, which is hilarious. Excuse me. Did we have... I feel like we had more space earlier. It's fine. We'll worry about that later. So let's look at my desktop. Usually the stuff that's on my desktop, I end up moving to my other folder or my hard drive called Horky. And Horky holds everything. And I try to be really organized about it because I wasn't so organized a couple of years ago. And when I got this computer, I kind of set out the intention to be have a method to what I was doing, because if not, I can't find anything. So I have a folder titled Screenshots, and this folder needs to be further organized, but I'm going to leave that for a later day. Right now, I'm just trying to get everything off of this computer. So I have a lot of screenshots, and apparently when I was watching Gilmore Girls the other day, I decided that I really thought Lorelai's outfit was quite funny. You know, these poofy bows, pigtails, and then so any screenshot that looks a little bit awkward, or, you know, she's kind of blinking or in the middle of talking, I remove. And I'm just pressing the space bar here to get a bigger look at them, which when I discovered the spacebar trick, I lost my mind. It really improved the quality of my life. But it looks like most of these are trash, so I'm going to delete these. And I kind of only really need one to get my point across, so I think I'll just choose one of these. And then this I used for my Twitter header, and I don't need it, so I'm just going to delete that. Throw some more screenshots in here. So now we're left with this butterfly GIF and a video that I edited yesterday that's already on YouTube, so that can get moved. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my screen recording stopped recording, so we're going to try that again. But right now, the pink tutorial has been successfully moved into my beauty videos folder, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And it also looks like Dropbox is done. So let's go back and look at the Dropbox just to make sure everything's, wow, very good. And then I'm going to look at the storage now and see how that affected it. Amazing. I basically got like 160 gigs of space from unsyncing my Dropbox. So I'm a little paranoid, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check my Dropbox account to make sure that everything is still there. Yeah, that looks great. Cool, so everything's there. We're just gonna keep chugging along. So I like to keep things that I'm still working on my desktop so that I don't forget about them, because if I throw them into my hard drive, I will literally just not use them again. They'll just kind of get lost in the flutter. I am going to move this butterfly GIF into my visual directory, which is basically where I save all of my GIFs and things, and they're organized by name or type. So I have a butterflies folder. I'm going to throw it in there, and then I'm going to remove that. So another way that I like to look at what is taking up space is going to all my files and looking at them in terms of size. So right here they're organized from the smallest, which is down here. These are my smallest files, to my largest files, which are going to be all video files, it seems. I know that some of these are files that have not been used yet, so those I like to keep on my computer, as I said, with my desktop, because I'm going to probably use them quickly or pretty soon. But all of these random files can be moved, and I also like to know where they are located. I've removed most of my video files after removing Dropbox. These up here are ones that I want to keep, and then I don't know what this is, so I'm going to open it, and it looks like it might not be anything. So that's converting. I have this called Cool Visuals for a Party, and I'm gonna get the info and try and figure out where it is located. I'm pretty sure I can figure that out here. Okay, so this looks like this is something from a collaboration, and this is in my Dropbox, so I am going to just let that exist. This, however, is, I don't know where that is. Movies, Untitled, Original Media. Okay, so some of this stuff is in what looks like, how do I say this? My Final Cut folder. And Final Cut is really what is taking up a lot of my space. So how can we see what goes on in Final Cut? You kind of have to know a little bit, but this blobby right here is my Final Cut. And I feel like Final Cut really doesn't want you to get in and mess with the files, so they want you to do it on the interface. And I don't want to do that. I want to see the folder. So the way to do that is to right click or control click and show package contents. And then I can see all of my kind of subfolders, all of my different files, everything in here. And so what happens when you import a video onto Final Cut is that instead of, linking it to where the video is being held, it creates a duplicate. And that's really nice and convenient so that I don't have to locate the file later in case I move it, but it also takes up a ton of space on your computer. So the file that we were looking at, I can't remember what folder it was in, so I'm going to look at the new Finder window, and then we're going to open the info on it again. And it looks like it is in 52715, which is a terrible name for a folder. And it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in here. So, oh my god, I keep forgetting the name of... Okay, let's get the info again. 52715, Movies Untitled. Okay, Movies Untitled Original Media. So every single of these folders has a folder called Original Media, and that is where the duplicates live. So let's see. Original Media. So I can go in and I can delete the files, but I also have to understand that I might need some of those files in the future when I'm editing again. So you only really want to delete the stuff that you don't need. And I know there is a way to sync all of this stuff to an external drive or a different drive instead of having them make duplicates, but for now I think I'm just going to kind of upkeep with that instead. So I have this called Cool Visuals for a Party. So we're going to find it in here. And there it is. And in case you want to watch that, it's just something I made a long time ago. And I'm probably never going to use it again. So I am going to delete it. I'm going to ignore the PSD files because they're not going to be that big, and I could do that at a later date, but I do have these. So these are from a music video that I did a long time ago, and we don't need it. Ah! And I'm going to assume that these are also in one of these Final Cut folders. So let's just get the info on it. Yes, screen recordings, original media. So screen recordings, we're going to make sure that these are saved before we delete them. So I'm going to go to maybe collaborations? No, maybe it's in video. I know I have a music videos folder. It's right here, and it would be in here, and it looks like I don't have these backed up, so it's a really good thing that I double checked. Oh no, I do have them backed up. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those, and I will probably never use those again either because the music video is done. Now I have these Facetune videos, and I'm just going to check where those are because I've never used these videos for anything. These are also in screen recordings. It looks like I wanted to use these for something and I just never did. So I am going to open Horky up again, go to video, and check if they're in here. They're probably... I think I filmed these last summer, so they're probably... Someone's like really scraping outside. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to quickly check to see if they're here. Facetune 2 is in 3 separate places. It's in original media. It's in a folder that it actually should not be in, so that can just get deleted. And it's in another folder that it shouldn't be in. So it looks like we don't have the Facetune stuff here. So we'll move that there. And I feel like I accidentally put stuff in the wrong folders all the time. This GIF haul video is old. So it looks like I have GIF haul in here. So I don't need to back it up. And then I have GIF haul in original media. And I have it in, I don't know if these are different, in beauty videos GIF haul. Okay, so it looks like I have 2 of these in here, and then I have the MP4 versions. So this can go away. This video looks like another raw file screen recording, and then I have all of these that are kind of the same. And I do know what folder I want those to be in. So I'm going to, I think one of these is like a 5-hour loop. Like, how long is this? Oh no, it's 2-hour loop. So that's just taking up space that I don't need. And I just used it because I needed to show it on something that didn't have its own loop function on a TV screen. So that can go as well. So I'm feeling like a little nervous right now because I don't want to just like delete stuff, but this is gonna go in, because these were used for a show, they're gonna go in my exhibitions folder. They're going to go, they were part of this exhibition, and it looks like Good For You loop is here, corner loop is here, and touch to play audio boost is here. So I have all of these as well. So I'm going to throw these in here. And it looks like these weren't even that large. Feels so good to declutter. So this is a video that kind of looks like another one of these screen recording videos. They definitely need to be backed up in here, and that's like 6 gigs right there. So I am going to check to see if these are in screen recordings. What I really should do is I should create subfolders for all of the pieces in each show, and then keep the final video as well as all of the files that were used to make the video in that folder so that it doesn't get too complicated. But that is hard to do. So this is also an original media. I feel like I'm really good at making the initial folder with the correct name, and then I just dump everything in that folder, and then if I need to like look for it like 2 years later, which often happens, I'm always just like, is this right? Is this right? Like, I find the folder, but it would be more seamless if I could just do all of that. So actually, I am going to do all of that. I think that's a good idea, and I can test it on this folder right here. So we're going to delete these. We're going to make subfolders in this folder. So it looks like I have a piece called Touch to Play. And I'm just going to move all of those from Touch to Play in here. And I really don't do myself any service when I title a file FML, so it might be a good idea to do That's Me in the Corner, which is the title of the piece. And that seems like it's just a raw screen recording, so and we're going to throw these in here. Okay, so what would really prove to be good for me is to Oh, it looks like this is also a screen recording. I think this one is a looped one, so we can keep that. But I'll just make a new folder that says raw and throw that in here. There we go. And then for touch to play, I will also make a folder named raw. And audio boost seems to be, I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's the original or not. Ooh. These all end the same. Okay, so this one looks like it's not the original because it ends with me. Are these all the same? I feel like that's just the exact same file, but whatever. And now I want to look at this file called help. Naming files is so important, but when you're super frustrated because like you've filmed a bunch of things or you've like tried a bunch of things and nothing's working, it's like so funny because everything's just like poop, or like I name everything like poop or help me or like I'm dying or whatever. So this file is called help. It's in the screen recordings folder as well. Okay, so it looks like the reason I called this help is because it's super glitched out. And I know that this went with a show that I did called Thanks for the Ad. And it's right here. And it looks like I just have it really poorly organized, but we're gonna, oh, help is already in there. Okay, great. So we're gonna delete that from the computer. And I'm going to try and organize this folder by diary okay, so Zanga videos. So we've got warped. Oh, we've got, I know that warped is one of them and breakup is one of them. And I believe that these are original videos because they're not screen recordings. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to make a raw folder as well. So this looks like it's a screen recording. This is also a screen recording because I didn't use it for anything, and so is help. Emo final looks like it is a screen recording. Emo makeup. Okay, so that looks like it's a raw file as well. Lip piercing is a Zanga video. Passed out, I believe, is a raw file. But honestly, we can't know. And then I think Soko Amaretto Lime is an MOV file. So that's a final. Jealous 2 is, looks like a raw file. And then Icons final is a raw file. Here in Your Arms is a final, correct file. And Friends final is a raw file. So sometimes it's hard to tell because some of the videos that I make are screen recordings that I don't do that much editing on, so you have little markers to kind of let you know. This is probably the most boring video that I've ever done, and that really takes the cake. But it's fine. Glitter videos, so that would be something like Here in Your Arms. And then that one's just kind of doesn't really have a category. So we're going to just keep it there. It looks as if Icon Dance needs to live somewhere. Icon Dance. I'm going to keep it because I haven't done anything with it yet, and it might be great. I Don't Know Take 2 is a screen recording. You know what? I think I'm going to move it into screen recordings. So, video, raw screen recordings, right? Yeah. What's really interesting is that I have all these like iPhone videos, and I don't know why, and I don't know why they're on this. I don't know why they're on this computer. I don't think I have any iPhone stuff backed up to this computer, but that's fine.
Are you using your pencil?
These are very old. Pictures, iPhone. Okay, so I do have an iPhone folder on the computer. I'm gonna just... I'm gonna allow the iPhone folder to live for a second, and I'll go tackle that in a little bit. This is a screen recording. This looks like a duplicate. These are all from the music videos, so I'm going to just move those into the music video folder just in case they're not already there. So these can go in here if they're not already in there. Looks like they are. We're going to throw those away, even though I don't think they were taking up that much space. Like a Stone and Mr. Jones are screen recordings that I did. So those can go in the raw screen recordings folder. I'm really worried that I'm not organizing this stuff correctly. These are videos from one of my desktop folders, so I'm not going to move those. Never Said is from a show that I did in the summer of 2017. So go back to the exhibitions folder. Go to I'm Just Happy to Be Here, and we're going to go to we're going to make a folder called Never Said. I don't know if that's the title of the, oh no, it's Exile in Camville is the title of the video. I should know. I made it. And then it looks like Never Said is our raw files. So I'm going to make a folder called raw, because I don't even have the actual piece in this folder. I'm really piecing things together because I've scattered so much. I'm very pleased with how this is going, but I'm also so worried that my hard drive is just gonna like melt or explode and I'm gonna be like out of luck. But I think as long as you're not like carrying your hard drive around and stuff, you're probably safe. And then I think what I want to do in the future is not use my hard drives like when I travel, and just have everything that I might need on the Dropbox so that I can access it online. This is another screen recording. Okay, so that was also from Thanks for the Ad. So I'm going to go back to Thanks for the Ad and go to raw and throw it in raw. Okay, don't need to. So Phone Explosion is from a collaborative piece that I did, and I do have that still saved to my Dropbox because I might need to access it in the future, so, and I don't think it's taking up that much space. We're going to figure out what Phone Kiss is. This might also be from the same folder. And here are all of our poops down here. Okay, so that's from the same folder, so that doesn't need to move. So we've got poop 1, poop 2, poop 3, and pop. Okay, then we get to popcorn. We only have a couple poops. So these are all raw files that went into a video piece that I did for I'm Just Happy to Be Here. So we're going to go back to that and throw them in there and delete them. This is very exciting. Organizing your hard drive, or organizing your computer and your hard drive and all of your files is so much work. It's so much more work than cleaning your room or like deep cleaning your entire house. Like, it takes days. I feel like, and it takes like so much upkeep and like sticking with the way that you map things out. And I do think it's easier if you have a really tight mapping, but you know, we all get lazy and we're just like, save it to the desktop, like leave it there. Like, okay, so it looks like these popcorn ones are screen recordings that I never did anything with, so we're just gonna throw them in the raw screen recordings folder. These are also like terrible videos that I never did anything with, and it looks like there's like double of them, so I'm just gonna move these. I don't think I'm gonna do anything that's a smaller size because I don't know, but I do want to organize more. Like, I want to get into like the nitty-gritty of like every folder and like have them be like super organized, but I might just do that a different day. Okay, so it looks like I have all these like Shutterstock videos that can definitely be moved. These were all, I believe, used for a piece, and I want to keep them with the piece. So they're gonna go back with, let's see, they live in touch to play. So they are going to come back here. And these are quite small. It's very concerning to me when I can't see the thumbnail. It really bothers me. Okay, so it looks like these are looks like this is a raw screen recording, I think. Let's check.
Okay, turning off the lights. Good night.
Yes, yes. No idea. Okay, this is... I'm so tired of doing this. Oh. I have no idea what this one is. Okay, we're almost done. There's intro goes into curation. So these are all from the collaboration, and then this one I believe is, okay, this is from the music video folder. And that is probably already has backup. So yeah. So this is what I'm going to do for today. I will probably do tackle more soon, but for now, I need a break. I can't keep saying words. We're gonna empty the trash and we're gonna see where we're at. The goal is 500 gigs of free space. Probably not close to that, but it's a good start. 324. That feels good. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I will be back another day, or maybe even later today, to organize subfolders, deal with the Dropbox stuff, getting that onto Porky, and yeah, just moving from there. All right, I'll talk to you soon.